Hello and welcome back to Granted Gardens. We're going to go ahead and shoot another video here on our kitchen series, and this one is probably going to be my favorite, at least up till this point. Today I'm going to show you how to make kombucha. So what is kombucha? Kombucha is a fermented sweet tea that is typically used because of its health benefits. So it's got a lot of probiotics in it that are really good for you. I personally have started using it as a substitute for sodas. I had come to a point where I had stopped drinking coffee in my life and soda, but every once in a while I was really missing that extra kick of flavor. So I came across kombucha on a YouTube channel, Roots and Refuge. Jess on Roots and Refuge had mentioned it just kind of in passing. So I went ahead and I did some homework on it, and I thought that it was really neat that it's something that you can make right at home. Very simple to put together, very inexpensive, and again, something that you can do right in your own kitchen, super easy. So I wanted to go ahead and shoot this video. We're going to walk you through how to make your first batch of kombucha. Check it out. To start you off, this right here is everything that you're going to need to make your first batch of kombucha. So what we've got is just a clean glass jar, a measuring cup, your SCOBY and starter, which I'll get into, your tea, sugar, some coffee filters, and last but not least, a rubber band. Okay, to start off, what you're going to have to get your hands on is a SCOBY and some starter fluid. So what I've got here is my SCOBY Hotel. And what is a SCOBY, you say? Well, a SCOBY is actually a living organism that stands for symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. It is a little living organism that you will put into your sweet tea, and that is what's going to break it down during the fermentation process. So what we're going to fill is a half-gallon jar to start with. This is usually enough to last me about a week. So in order to fill this jar, we need to start out with 8 cups of boiling water. So once you've got your boiling water poured, you're going to go ahead and add a half a cup of sugar. Once you get that in, you're just going to go ahead and stir it until the sugar dissolves. As soon as the sugar's dissolved, you're going to go ahead and add your tea. So for 8 cups, you're going to add 2 black tea bags. You're going to go ahead and let that sit for 10 minutes, and then we'll come back. So after 10 minutes of letting your tea steep, you're going to go ahead and remove the tea bags. At this point, you need to let this water now cool down to room temperature. Next step is going to be putting our SCOBY in, and anything that's above room temperature can actually burn your SCOBY. So remember that the SCOBY is a living organism and it can get hurt if it's put in high temperatures. So we're going to go ahead and let this sit. I'll time it just to give you guys a general idea of how long it took this to cool off, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so it's been about an hour now. We've been letting our tea cool off, so it's down to about room temperature. So what we're going to do first is we need to make sure that we have enough starter tea in our new batch of kombucha from a previously made batch. So we have a little bit of starter tea here in our SCOBY Hotel that I'm going to transfer into our clean jar for our kombucha starter. So to do this, I just need to get really about 1/4 cup. I'm going to go ahead and do a half a cup from our starter tea into our new kombucha fermentation. All right, so we got that in there. Next, what I'm going to do is I want to keep my SCOBY hotel healthy. So I'm actually going to take a couple, probably about a cup of our new tea that we started and put it into our SCOBY hotel. The idea here is you want to make sure that all of your SCOBYs are submerged so that all of them are able to get to your tea. All right, so we've done that. We're going to bring our new jar over here, and I'm going to move the tea into our new jar. So now that we have our tea and our starter in our new clean glass, now we just have to get the SCOBY out and put it in. Now, something that's really important when you're dealing with this is you want to make sure that your hands and everything with the SCOBY touches is very clean. So make sure that you wash your hands very well before you touch the SCOBY or stick it into your SCOBY hotel. So we've got quite a few SCOBYs here. I'm only going to need one for our new batch. So we'll just reach in. I'm going to separate this top one. It doesn't have to be neat and pretty. And then we'll go ahead and we're just going to stick the SCOBY into our new batch of kombucha. Now once that's done, again, you just want to make sure that your SCOBY hotel, all of your SCOBYs are submerged. And you're going to go ahead and cover that up with, we use coffee filters, but you can use a number of things. You really just want to make sure that nothing can get in. This tends to attract fruit flies, an abundance of them, so that'll help keep them out. You can set your SCOBY hotel aside. This just needs to be somewhere off in the corner where it doesn't get hit by direct sunlight. And then for our new batch, we're going to do something similar. Wipe off the edges, grab a clean coffee filter, put the coffee filter on top, wrap it with a rubber band, and then you're all set. So I like to let my kombucha ferment for 7 days. That's been my sweet spot. I really like tangy, tart things, so I like mine to have a little bit of a bite to it. If you'd want something sweeter than that, then you could stop it at 2 days, 5 days maybe. If you want it to go longer, you can let it go longer as well. So we'll just go ahead and set this aside for about a week and we'll check back on it. Once it's done fermenting for the 7 days, I go ahead and I just put it in a bottle and stick it in the refrigerator. Putting it in the refrigerator will stop the fermentation process. Once I'm done cleaning out this bottle, bottling my kombucha in there, I'm going to take my SCOBY, and you can just plop him right back into your SCOBY hotel, or you can go ahead and start a new batch of fermentation. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you do follow this recipe, please make sure that you comment and send pictures, because I'd really love to see how your kombucha turns out. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll talk to you soon.